Welcome back, Wheel Watchers, to another recap of America's Game. Tonight, we're diving into the full episode from November 30th, 2025. And let me tell you, it was an absolute roller coaster of spins, solves, and surprises. Pat and Vanna were in top form, bringing their signature charm to a night filled with incredible highs and heart-stopping moments. We kicked things off with our three eager contestants: Sarah, a high school teacher from Ohio; David, a retired firefighter from California; and Maria, a graphic designer from Florida. Right from the first toss-up, you could feel the energy in the studio. Sarah was quick on the buzzer, snagging the first puzzle, a walk in the park, and setting a confident tone for the night. The first round was a nail-biter. The category was same letter, and the board was tricky. David started strong, landing on the express wedge early on. He decided to take a risk and hop aboard. But a tough consonant choice sent the express train packing and controlled past to Maria. She played it smart, building up a nice little bank before solving wonderful Winter Wonderland. A great start for her. Round 2 brought us to the before and after category, always a fan favorite. This time, it was Sarah's turn to shine. After a few back and forths between the contestants, she landed on the mystery wedge. The crowd was buzzing. Would she risk her winnings for a shot at the $10,000? She thought about it for a moment, the tension building, and then she decided to go for it. Pat flipped the wedge and boom, $10,000. The studio erupted. She kept her cool, picked a few more crucial letters, and solved Bright and Early Bird Special to bank a massive lead. The prize puzzle round took us on a virtual trip. The category was, "What are you doing?" and it had everyone stumped for a little while. David, looking to make a comeback, carefully spun the wheel, avoiding bankrupt and landing on some high-value consonants. He pieced it together bit by bit, and with a triumphant shout, he solved relaxing on a tropical beach. And that's exactly where he's heading, because he won a fabulous trip to the Caribbean. Fantastic recovery that put him right back in the game. The third toss-up puzzle, Living the Dream, was solved in a flash by Maria, giving her a much-needed boost heading into the final rounds of regular play. The competition was incredibly tight at this point. Anyone could still pull ahead and make it to the bonus round. The next round was a food and drink puzzle, and the pressure was on. The wheel was both kind and cruel. Sarah hit a lose-a-turn, and David narrowly dodged a bankrupt. Maria took control, methodically filling in the letters. She was focused, she was determined, and she correctly solved homemade apple pie ALA mode, adding a significant amount to her total and putting her in a strong position. As we headed into the final spin, it was still anybody's game. Pat gave the wheel his signature spin, landing on the $500 space. Consonants were now worth $1,500. The category was thing, and the letters started flying off the board. It came down to the wire, but it was Sarah, with her incredible performance earlier, who buzzed in at the last second to solve a stroke of genius. What a fitting end to the main game. With her winnings, Sarah was our champion for the night and headed to the bonus round. She was beaming, and you could tell she was ready to take on the final challenge. She gave the bonus wheel a mighty spin, and it landed on the M in Americas. Pat handed her the envelope, and she took her place on the mark. The final category was phrase, as the letters R, S, T, L, N, and E popped up. The puzzle looked daunting. She chose her additional letters C, D, M, and A. A few more letters appeared. But the puzzle, they looked quite happy, was still incredibly tough. The 10-second timer started, and the studio fell silent. Sarah paced back and forth, whispering possibilities to herself. "They look... ... she muttered. The clock ticked down. 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, time ran out just before she could piece it all together. Pat opened the envelope to reveal what she could have won... ... $39,000. A tough break, but Sarah played an absolutely phenomenal game. She walked away with a huge amount in cash and prizes, and she gave us a night of Wheel of Fortune we won't soon forget. What an episode. Huge congratulations to Sarah, and great games to David and Maria as well. Every spin was a thrill. What was your favorite moment of the night? Let me know in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss a recap of America's Game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the full episode of Wheel of Fortune that aired on November 30th, 2025. What an incredible night it was. I've rewatched the whole thing, and let me tell you, there are some moments you just have to see again. From some truly brilliant solves to a few puzzles that had everyone, including me, completely stumped. This episode was a real roller coaster. We're going to break down all the key rounds, the big wins, and maybe even a few of those facepalm moments that make us all yell at the TV. So, let's start from the top. The introductions were great, with 3 really energetic contestants. You could feel the excitement in the air right away. The first toss-up puzzle was a quick one, setting the tone for a fast-paced game. The contestant who snagged that one really hit the ground running. Then, we moved into the first main round, and the category was Thing. This one was tricky. The letters were coming up slowly, and you could see the players struggling to piece it together. One wrong guess on the letter E really threw a wrench in the works for a moment there. But then, a strategic spin and a clever letter choice completely turned the tide. It was a fantastic solve that really showed how quickly your luck can change on the wheel. Moving on. The prize puzzle round is always a fan favorite, and this one did not disappoint. The destination was absolutely stunning, and you could see the desire in the contestants' eyes. The puzzle itself was under the Fun and Games category. It started off looking like it could be a number of things, but as a few key consonants popped up, the answers started to take shape. There was a tense moment where one contestant was just a letter or two away, but decided to spin again. It was a risky move that could have cost them everything, but it paid off big time. They solved the puzzle and won that amazing trip. You just have to love it when a gamble like that works out. The express wedge made an appearance, and things got intense. The contestant who landed on it had a tough decision to make. Do you risk it all for a shot at glory? They decided to go for it, and the crowd went wild. They started calling letters one after another, and the board just lit up. It was one of those classic high-stakes Wheel of Fortune moments where you're on the edge of your seat. Every letter they called was a correct one, and they flawlessly solved the puzzle. Sweeping the round and banking a ton of cash, it was pure strategy and a little bit of nerve, and it was awesome to watch. Of course, no episode is complete without a few head-scratchers. There was one puzzle in particular. I think it was, "What are you doing?" that seemed almost impossible. Even with most of the letters on the board, it just wasn't clicking for anyone. I have to admit I was shouting guesses at my screen, and none of them were right either. It's moments like those that remind you just how tough this game can be under pressure. It's so much easier when you're sitting on your couch, right? Finally, we reached the bonus round. The lead contestant had a huge total and a lot of momentum. They spun the mini wheel and landed on a pretty decent prize envelope. The category was phrase, and after they were given the standard R, S, T, L, N, and E, the board looked pretty sparse. They made their 3 consonant and 1 vowel picks, which helped a little, but it was still a major challenge. The 10-second timer started and the pressure was on. They shouted out a few guesses, getting closer with each one, and just as the buzzer was about to sound, ... they nailed it. What a finish. An incredible win to cap off an incredible episode. That's my breakdown of the November 30th, 2025 episode. What a game. What was your favorite moment? Did you solve that tough puzzle before the contestants? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you all thought. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoy these recaps, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next video.